Right, helper set's been attached and we're ready to pull. Dash sync option. I've not seen that before, Copperman. What is that doing? Bring Legion up to the signal. Should be green actually for us at the minute. Bitstream5, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Probably what this means though is all the timings are going to be a little bit out now. So we'll just have to see how we get on. Yeah, we've got a green light now, getting onto the main. What's the GN engine? I think it's an F... this is actually like a... I think you can actually book it. It's a, yeah, like a... It is one of the apartments. And you can actually book it to sleep in. It's not an F40PH, I don't think. It's one of the other ones that looks like an F40PH. Oh yeah, async keys. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. The problem with async keys is it breaks a bunch of stuff because the game simulation doesn't really run properly at multiple time acceleration. So what you're actually seeing is not an accurate representation of how the world will move when it's done at normal time. F45, that's it, Jeff, that's what I was trying to think of. Yeah, I certainly don't recommend the use of async keys. I guess it depends on how fast your machine is, because if your machine is fast enough to actually calculate the scenario faster, which means it needs an awful lot more work. So if you run the scenario twice the speed, all the same calculations have to be done, but it needs to do them twice as quickly. So as long as you've got a machine which can run the scenario twice, 3 times, 4 times faster, then it will work. But if when you run it multiple times speeds you get less than a fabulous frame rate, then it's getting things wrong and it's missing stuff out, it's not calculating it properly. So yeah, that's the thing to watch for. So if you're still getting good frame rate at multiple times acceleration, then it should still be working. But if you start getting lag, then that means that the calculations are not reliable. And it will work, but it won't necessarily work the same, which is the trick. Good night, Deltic Dan. Can your abacus calculate twice as fast for this? No, Moggy. Hey there, J Gaming, welcome. Wow, we're back up to 95 people watching the stream. 5 more and we'll get back up to 100 again. Woo! It's obviously the night shift. Back down to 93. It's going the wrong way, folks. Do I need to start talking about the sale again? Did you folks know that there was a sale on at the moment? I don't know why it is, but whenever I start streaming, my ears just start itching non-stop. It's really annoying. Oh, I know what you mean, Amtrak. That play button, yeah, never use that. It kind of works, but you've got to be very careful about it. You want the horn. Have caterpillars in the headset. I think you might be right, British Sniper. It's the only possible logical explanation. Cockropper I think he means the simulate play button. You know, you've got the little buttons along the bottom of the screen, sort of about here somewhere, and then you've got play, fast forward, rewind, and things like that. The problem is that I think the rewind button will reload the whole scenario. So if you can make changes, press play, and it'll do stuff, and make changes and press and fast forward, and it's fine. Then you press rewind, and it then dumps the scenario and reloads it, which is frustrating. Like a lot of the things, though, they basically work. You just have to understand where they do what they do and don't do. Hey, as Couple of My Mouth says, never make changes, ever. That's when things start going wrong. Go back to the beginning, make your changes, and then replay it. Never change in the midway through a scenario. 30 limit. Stargate King, yes, this is the last scenario. What's my take on the GP9s? I don't really have one, if I'm honest. I mean, they look like GP9s, basically. I'm not really... I like US trains, and my interest in them is growing significantly, but I'm very much a casual observer at this point. I wouldn't call my knowledge of US trains particularly good. No, certainly not as good as they should be. But they're getting there. Getting there. Thing to do Amtrak 109 is it's a learning exercise. Yes, you'll have to start again, but you'll keep finding things that work and don't work, and you'll learn them next time you're doing your next scenario. Starting our way up the grade now. A casual observer of Nebworth. Usually observing Nebworth in the rear view mirror. So we've got 25 limit coming up as we get to Java. I think that's where the real meat of the hill starts. How much do I like Adriana County? It's very, very good. I like it a lot. I did download another scenario for it, but it's in exactly the same section of the route we've already done twice now, so I'll play it at some other point. I'm trying to find a scenario that uses part of the route we haven't done yet. Cheers, S. Gravesnet. Thanks for joining. Oh, okay, I'll go and have a look at Lieutenant Bly's workshop and have a look at some of the other scenarios. Good shout there, train boy. Bergen Line's good as well, Mr. Yo. Well, we're on 0.8%. Thing to remember, Coplopper, is it's not so much a train this size as it is it's only reading the speed of the lead loco, and so if I cut my power, then I fall, it just falls back on the train behind it. So you can very quickly reduce the speed of this bit, but then you get a kick from the train behind you. And but with all of these three locos cutting their power simultaneously, they'll all slow down and have a reasonable effect on the train behind them because of the coupling stretch. So it's not entirely impossible. No, Francois, there's not a lot of German content on Workshop at all. Not a lot of worse scenarios, and I don't think I've seen any German routes, which is a real shame. The German users really don't seem to have adopted Workshop. I'd love to know why. Because certainly the UK and US audiences seem to have taken to it like a duck to water. There we go, this Java East Main 2, this is where the hill starts to beef up. Cameron's Gaming, so you can't set the 08 to pick up the coaches because you can't have the AI interact with trains that have moved. True, Coplopper Mal, they have used YouTube, but so do the UK and the US audiences. I mean, UK Train Sim's got 250,000 members, probably about 25,000 active. So it's, you know, it's, I'm not sure I buy that, but I guess if they're all using lots and lots of bespoke content, that would probably be the more likely reason. I'll have a look at them, train boy. Good night, Cameron's Gaming. Thanks for joining. Strat player using Chromecast to stream onto a 65-inch TV. Awesome! I'm on the telly! Alright, we're on the meat of the 1.8% grade. We're on the 1.8% grade now. DB Veta, TS 2016 has got Sherman Hill with the SD70M, SD40-2, Union Pacific gas turbine, the SW10. I'm sure there's one other. So there's numerous American trains that come with TS 2016 for the Sherman Hill route. That's what comes in the box, and then there's tons and tons and tons of it for down the road that you can get extra. Strat player, yes, this is Sherman. This is Marias Pass. DB Veta, this is Marias Pass, which is DLC, as is Donner Pass. We're still hovering up on near that 25 mile per hour speed limit, so we're doing fine. Train related games for the Amiga. I must admit, I never really did anything with the Amiga when I was younger, so my knowledge of that is very poor. Did they do any? Did Houston Consultants do either of their ones for the Amiga? Yeah, workshop route sounds good as well, Train Boy. But you take your time over it. Don't rush it. Building a route is not a trivial exercise. It's very, very time consuming, as Goblop and Mo has just been saying. Going via Blacktail, 4.7 miles. Jeep Van, if you look through my scenario tutorials, I've covered placing AI trains and programming them and setting them up, and the advanced scenario tutorial comes also dealt with dealing with some of the other stuff. Oh, that looks really nice, Gouger. And my brakes holding up, they're fine. I'm not really using brakes. We're on power, we're on about run 6 at the moment. Just about holding steady on this. We're on a 1.5% grade actually, which means I'm probably going to start running away in a minute. Yeah, we are speeding up. So let's drop it to around 5. Oh, I enjoy all of Todd Burke's scenarios. All of them. They're all good, Moggy. Yeah, I've got quite a few scenario tutorials, and AI is covered in more than one. Nope, we're going up a hill. We're going up a 1.6 grade at the moment. Debra, you can put train sim on as many machines as you like, just put Steam on and then it'll work. The only thing you can't do is log into Steam. You can't run it on multiple machines simultaneously, but you can install it on all of them and run it on one of them at a time. Katie UK, yeah, sometimes the editor can be a bit, but it's not that bad. I mean, every single route that gets created on our side is done using the same tools, so that's not to say that it can't be a challenge sometimes, but normally if it's a challenge, then, well, I don't think the guys actually, it's down to experience, I guess, because the guys at work really don't seem to have too many problems with it. Moggy says what he likes about Top Work Scenarios doesn't just stick to say passenger or freight, he does both. Yeah, absolutely. Cheers, Atten Zay. Good to have you with us this evening. Thanks for the host, 1 billion Hex, much appreciated. And Copper Mal, thank you for the host. I think a number of people are like that, God block them out. I say thanks for the host to someone, and then there's about 15 people who will host me, which is fine. It's fine. It's all good. Even Stevens, Thanksgiving isn't actually celebrated in the UK. That's a sort of an American thing. Black Friday is actually an American thing, but it started to. Last year was a sort of a first Black Friday in the UK. But no, Thanksgiving's an American thing. The Pilgrims weren't here; they were Americans. feel sorry for us on Black Friday? Why is that, Jeep fan? This hill never ends, no, indeed, deep right. It's up and up and up and up all the way, quite a long way. Expand oil in the snow. Vaguely, yes. Is there a Black Friday in Britain? There certainly is, deep right. It sort of really started last year properly, and they've done it sort of, and it was a bit of a disaster, to be honest. There were people killed. It was just not nice at all. So they were, and certainly seriously injured. So they've a lot of the places have changed how they've done it this year, having learnt from that. And I've not heard any real stories this year. It seems to have gone off quite nicely. That, and I think most people just stayed away from it. They're as crazy as such as the American ones. They certainly were last year. This year seems to have been somewhat more civilised, shall we say. I've certainly not. The news are normally quick to jump on things like that, and I've not seen anything. Well, I mean, Asda was where some of the really nasty scenes were last year. Asda sort of is owned by Walmart. Cheers, Strat Shadow. Thanks for everything. And this year they just decided they weren't going to do anything with Black Friday at all because of what happened last year. Tesco did, but it was very much more limited. Other shops have done other things, but it's been very much more subdued than it was last year. And I think, as even Stephen says, it's moving much more to online now. And some of the shops are spreading it out. So PC World, which is I guess Best Buy equivalent. It's a computer type company. They've got or Target, I guess. No, it wouldn't be Target. But they've got they actually spread their Black Friday sale was 10 days long. Crix, this is Marias Pass. We appear to have another broken AI train up here. Oh no, he's actually stopped. Oh, of course, I'm here way early. That's the problem. Because I should have been held up by that train at the bottom. Yeah, I just got some fuel for 99.7p this evening, Gouger. Well impressed. Glad you're enjoying it, Jeep fan. Given this train hasn't started yet, I'm expecting that I'm going to come up on a red light in a minute. Glad you're enjoying it too, train boy. It's been about £103. Nice typo, Gouger. I know, it's certainly how it seems. No, I'm not going to randomly press tab 44353. Oh dear, don't ever press tab unless you need to. Oh, we got the highball. We're good to go. G-Fan, Centipedes at Crescent. I don't know if that will make it onto YouTube because it got completely messed up by internet outages and things. So I'm going to have to play that one again because yeah, it got totally messed up halfway towards the end of the scenario. All the internet and the stream died and everything. So the video was rather messed up. Yeah, unfortunately, G-Fan on that one is that one isn't going to make it up. I'm going to have to replay it. Oh no, what a shame. Not at the moment, 44353, but I will be playing it at some point. Still crawling up this hill, 1.8%. Summit Main 2, 7 miles, that's their end point. Yeah, as long as the scenario you want me to play is in the suggestion list, it won't get missed, 44353. Yeah, we had a bit of a problem, Josh, at the beginning. The first AI train was crawling. So I've had to delete it so that I could get the rest of the scenario, but so far so good after that. Problem is now, of course, we're here quite a bit earlier than we should be, so the AI trains are stationary. Oh right, you just have to restart the scenario. Oh, we did restart the scenario actually. That's bizarre. Do my kids like trains as much as I do? My son does, and my daughter not so much. But she doesn't mind them. She quite happily come train spotting. She's got train sim on a machine. She fires it up every now and again, crashes a train, and then gets frustrated and goes back to playing something else. Even Stevens, yeah, it's the core game that I think is 70% off. The DLC is all about 55%. the green lights. I got a reasonable deal in the sales today. I got an Xbox One, which I'm quite pleased with. Are there any new locomotives being worked on, Jeep fan? I can't talk about things that haven't been announced on the official Facebook page, I'm afraid. Cheers, Josh. Enjoyed the scenario anyway. I'm using a 910, I think, Katie. Very good webcam, actually. Very, very pleased with it. Orbits, England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland and Northern Ireland. Wow, Morky, that's incredible. That's really, really good. I can't remember what livery the GP38s are in. I think Norfolk Southern, BNSF, I think, are the GP38s. I don't know if it's Union Pacific. £60 for that lot, that's pretty impressive. Fun factor, I have a URL. So that's where that's the link to the spreadsheet where I'm going to play, where I list what I'm doing. Ribcoo, possibly, but it's not up to me. .4% grade, so we're speeding up a bit now on run 6, or run 5, sorry. 4 miles to summit. Train boy, anyone who bought Mariah's Pass before the licensing change happened still has it. And I work for Dogtail Games, so I've got everything that's been produced. Another train coming. Yes, Francois, the BNSF licensing is only applicable in the US, so outside of the US the routes aren't available. Anything with BNSF licensing is not available anymore. So Stephen's Pass, Mariah's Pass. ST70 Ace, I think that's also BNSF, isn't it? So that won't work. That won't be available outside the US either. You want to see the other end of the train? That's where my helpers are. So we've got 3 on the front, 2 on the back, five locos pushing this up the hill. Highline Subdivision Dispatcher to Engineer BNSF said SSE CHC. I have a work crew ready to assist with removing your rear DPUs at Summit. Pull your lead unit up to Summit Main 2. You'll be there for several minutes, so feel free to take a quick break. No, it's 10 to 1 in the morning, train boy. So after we finish this, it'll be time for sleeping. If you're going to go and visit one station, I'll probably go to Clapham Junction. If you want to see a lot of variety, I'm not sure where the best place to go. But if you want to see tons and tons of trains, then Clapham Junction is the busiest station in Europe, I think, or one of the busiest stations in Europe. Go to Nebworth, there, trains don't stop there. Coming up on Summit Main 2 now. Strat Player, yeah, I'm trying to upload 1 or 2 episodes a night, and I've got, unfortunately, the next one I'm having trouble with. I haven't been able to get it off of Twitch yet, so I'm getting there, but I'm not quite there yet. After all of the other ones are available already on YouTube to be uploaded. Yes, Stephen Jam, this is just at the end of the stream now. We've just got to bring our train up to Summit Main 2, which is about a mile. Summits. Do I have more rower? I don't, my dad does. Quite a large one. Hayden Mar4, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. It's a combination double O HO gauge, basically double O gauge, but we also run HO on it, just because. And I've got an N-scale layout behind me, but it's not really much of a layout. No, 44353, once she's asleep, nothing wakes her up. Going downhill now. Francois, I can't comment on that. I'm afraid I don't know what plans are for that sort of thing. Yeah, Moggy, you're right. The BNSF trains and the BN trains included in the metro route were all unbranded, but they were branded for people in America, which is probably the ideal compromise, really. Right, pull up to the signal and stop. We're stopping Hayden Mar. Right, I'm going to help remove the DPU set as soon as the helpers are removed when we continue on towards Shelby. Enjoy your break. And that's it. That's the end of part 3, is it? So we'll do another part next week. We'll get our way all the way to Shelby. Right, well, that's it from me, folks. Thanks very much for watching. Have a great weekend, and I will catch you all on Monday, 9:30 PM. Keep an eye on the Dovetail Facebook page, because I think there'll be news going up on Monday about the official streams and the return of them. I hope, anyway. But yeah, keep an eye on there, and as soon as I know anything, I'll post messages on my Facebook and Twitter as well. So as long as you're looking somewhere in there, you should be able to find out. But failing that, I'll see you all at 9:30. So thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great weekend again. Bye bye.
Train Sim Live. Matt's gonna drive on down the track. Train Sim Live. It's good to see you all come back. Matt's right here, he's just begun.